All right, you ready, Grandpa?
Ready as I'll ever be.
Okay, let's do it. This
All
is
right.
Grandpa Bob interview session 1. We'll call this session 1.
Well, we had another session a long time ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
This is all right. Session 2. Then.
Okay, whatever.
Memory's better than mine.
Whatever.
That's why you're here, not me.
There you go.
Better than mine.
One of these days.
One of these days, I'll catch up. Yeah, one of these days. Maybe one of these guys' kids will be recording me one of these days. It'll be good.
That's right.
So, Grandpa, let's start from the beginning. Grandpa,
Beginning of what?
Well, of you. So, when were you born?
1932.
1932. And where were you born at?
Lawton, Oklahoma.
In Lawton, Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Okay, very cool. So, what was life like for you in those early years? What do you remember?
Oh, we did a lot of walking. We didn't have a car. That's about it.
That's about it. Okay. Talk to me about who it was in your house when you were little, when you were a kid.
Oh, my brother, mother and daddy, me,
Okay.
in a two-room house. Not a two-bedroom, two-room.
2 rooms total.
Yeah,
What were the 2 rooms?
kitchen and living room.
A kitchen and a living. No bedroom.
I was in the living room.
The bedroom was the living room also.
Yeah.
So did y'all have 2 beds in there or 3 beds in there?
I don't remember any hardships. I guess it's whoever got in there.
Okay. So you talk about your brother. We've got to witness a lot of brothers this weekend with the 2 Bauman boys wrestling constantly. Tell me about your brother.
He was blonde-headed. I was white-headed.
You were white-headed even as a little kid?
Well, from the time I was 35, I was fully gray.
Okay.
Anything before that, I don't know.
Okay. All right. And so you had your mom and dad there in the house.
Yeah.
Tell me about your mom and dad. What were their names? What were they like?
Dad's name is Cyrus Hauser. He was nicknamed Shorty because he was about 5 foot tall.
Really?
Yeah. And time I got grown, I was almost a foot higher than he was.
Mm-hmm.
And, he was a laborer at that time. He didn't have any skills till later on in life. So he drank a lot. He drank every weekend, get drunk. I remember one time I got in a fight with him. Knocked him out the door,
Wow.
down the steps. Something you remember, you know.
For sure. How old were you?
I don't know. Must have been 16, 15, 16 years old. I don't know.
It must have been a tough environment to grow up in.
Well, we had a tough life growing up. No money. It's about it.
Tell me about your mom.
Mama was an angel in disguise. She was a tall, 5'8" type person, and she didn't want to offend anybody. That was her motto, you know. She don't you don't offend anybody. So we didn't.
I love it. I love it.
That's about it.
Okay. And your brother, was he older brother, younger brother?
He's 2 years younger.
Okay.
He died about 6, 7 years ago now, I guess. Had a heart attack.
What were your favorite things to do as a kid? So, you know, before high school, what were your favorite things to do as an elementary kid or all that?
I can't really recall any of it. You know.
So let's go into the teenage years then. What was teenage Grandpa Bob? So from 10 to 17, were you still living there in Lawton?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
And what was
We were renters. We moved from place to place according to the rent.
okay?
You know. And
So was your dad working just different jobs then? Was he working on a farm some, or what was he?
no, he was a hot asphalt type person, which is a hard job.
Yeah, laying roads.
You put your mop in a bucket of hot asphalt tar and start swinging it around on top of the roof. There was flat roofs, and so he did that on the weeks, and he'd come home and get drunk most of the time. And I hate to say something like that about your own daddy, but it's the way it was.
Well, no, and I think it's important that you share that or say that because, you know, alcoholism can run the family. And
Not with me.
no, there's a lot of things that stopped with you, very, very much so.
Yeah.
But those warning labels are important for next generations to learn from.
I guess.
Yeah. What did you do for fun then in high school? Did you play any sports? Did you start working?
Started working.
So you never played any sports?
No.
Never. Never a baseball team or a football thing, nothing?
No, we didn't have time for stuff like that.
Okay. So what kind of work were you doing and how old were you when you first started working?
I really don't remember, but it had to have been somewhere around 14 or so.
Okay. What were you doing?
I worked in a meat packing plant. We used to have, they'd make chili and put it in a can and ship it out, you know. And I worked there for part-time for a couple of years, I guess.
Okay.
And might have been longer than that. But anyway, in high school, I spied this young lady, which was later be my wife,
Yes.
and asked her to marry me. I was probably, I know she was around 17. And she asked her daddy. I didn't. He did. She did.
Oh.
And he said, if you finish high school, okay. So she said she would finish high school. And so we did. We worked whatever we could work at. And,
Well, I got a whole chapter on Granny Helen we're going to get to. I got a couple chapters on Granny Helen. Don't you worry.
Okay.
So we're going to do some big picture stuff right now. So in this area, you said you were born in 32?
Yeah.
So you were born in the middle of the
Depression.
Depression.
1932 is when I was born. Of course, I was right in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're talking about your family was poor, didn't have much money. Did you see that all around you? What was the community of Lawton like in the
Community of Lawton.
the city of Lawton, the Comanche County here? What was it like in the late 30s?
Sheesh, I don't know.
I don't know.
Like I said, we were renters and moved from house to house, mostly two-room house for 4 or 5 people. And but we worked it out.
Yeah. All right, so we're rolling into the 40s here, and Bob Hauser is now 17 to 25 years old. You're in your early 20s. You've met and married the girl of your dreams.
Yeah.
Where are you living? What are you doing?
Where did I live?
Mm-hmm.
At the time I asked her, I was living at my home with my folks.
Okay.
And when we got married, well, we moved into a rooming house. I don't know whether you know what a rooming house is or not, but it's a place that's got 2 or 3 different levels, and a family or a couple or a person lives in that area, and who wants to go to town or something, he comes downstairs and goes outside and walks to the where.
So like you rented a room in a house.
Yeah,
then, basically.
yeah.
Okay. I want to rewind before I get too far down the road. I should have asked this early. I understand there's some controversy on when your birthday is. We got to
Yeah.
rewind to that. I
Okay.
need to understand that.
All right. My mother says I was born March 23rd,
Okay.
1932. Birth certificate says I was born 1932, but it was March of 21st.
23rd versus 21st.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I asked her about that later on. She said, well, he was drunk. That was the time doctors came to the house to deliver babies
Okay.
and different things.
So you were born in a house.
Yeah. I was born on South 2nd Street,
Oh, wow. Okay.
about 2nd and I.
Okay.
And
And so the doctor was drunk. So what? So you grew up your whole life celebrating the 23rd as your birthday. And then at some
we never
point,
celebrated any birthdays.
didn't celebrate birthdays
No.
growing up.
No.
No. So when did that start? After you were married?
Probably I got married. Yeah.
After you got married and Granny Helen said, we need to celebrate your birthday.
That's probably about right.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So how old were you when you got married? You said,
I was I got married in 51, so it'd make me what, 32?
32? Okay.
No, I ain't right.
Not
I ain't-
marrying
no,
no 18-year-old
no.
girl at 32.
No. But anyway,
22.
Huh?
Maybe 22.
Now it's 19, more like it.
19.
Yeah. When I got married,
Okay.
and she was 17. Everybody said that we was too young. We didn't know what we was doing. No. And especially this one aunt. She was determined to let us know that we didn't know what we was doing. And anyway, she throws us a party where people bring in gifts.
Yeah, like
For the-
wedding shower.
Yeah, wedding shower is what I was trying to think of.
Uh-huh.
And so that worked out real good.
Okay.
And had got some utensils and stuff and moved into this upstairs apartment, which it's 2 rooms, I guess, you know.
Yeah. So everybody said you're too young.
Yeah,
How did you know? How did you know the Granny
I
Helen
didn't
was-
know, and I still don't. No, I didn't know what was. I just knew I wanted to be with her. And I guess she felt the same way.
There you go. That was enough, huh?
Yeah.
All right. So, we'll get back into Granny Helen chapter, but all right. So now, big picture life for you as an adult working man, 25 to 40 years old.
Okay,
What's that life like?
I worked at this chili packing place I was telling you about
Yeah.
For probably 4 or 5 years, and a delivery man was talking to me while we was shipping stuff out, and he'd come in and get it, and he was selling. There was an opening down there where he worked, and I said, "Well, I'll go down there and check it out." So I went down there and got hired, and I don't know. That's about it.
Yeah. So what was that other job?
I say from where?
In the chili place.
Oh, driving a truck for Nash Finch wholesale grocery truck.
Okay.
Delivered groceries to different stores around the country, around this part of the country.
Okay.
And
in that season in life,
that was a 5:30. Went to work at 5:30 in the morning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And the wife would get up, make breakfast before that, and
So wait, Granny Helen would get up at 4:30 in the morning or so to start making breakfast for you.
I don't know what
Get
time
to
she
work
got
at
up.
5:30.
I don't know what time she got up. I just know by the time I went out the door, well, I had breakfast.
Wow. I love it. I love it. So in that time frame, your girls were born, right?
Tricia was born in 53. I believe that's right.
Okay.
53, 52, and then skipped a year, 57,
Okay.
for one of them.
So you're in your early 20s then at that point.
Yeah.
Now, which daughter did you say was your favorite daughter?
My favorite daughters?
Yeah.
They're all favorites.
Okay.
You trying to get me in trouble?
Well, hey, we're just. So, how did you guys decide on your daughter's names? So you've got.
Mostly it was my wife's position to name the girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
So she just said, Bob, this one's going to be Patricia Ann Hauser. And you said, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
That's about it.
Do you know how she came up with the name?
No.
No idea. Just she said this one's Colleen and this one's Diana, and you said, all right, that sounds good. All right.
Yeah.
On my video, I'm gonna have to tell the story about how we decided on Jack's name, but we're gonna do that on my video later on. That's something I may hold on to a little bit longer. So talk to me then in the later working years, 40 to 60. What were you doing?
Well, I joined the fire department back in 51 or 2 or 3, somewhere along in there,
Okay.
because they had a good pitching plant. Where I was working was no pitching plant at all. So I got that, which was the best thing I ever did for the family. And I retired from there in 1980. So I was there for quite a while, 25 years or so.
Yeah.
And worked at the fire department. At that time, we would work 24 hours and off 24 hours. And in that 24 hours we was off, well, I had another job to go to. And then later on, they got to say, we'll call them Kelly days, where you don't have to work your days off. You can use that time as whatever. And so that's the way it went.
Okay. What was your favorite thing about being a fireman?
Camaraderie, comradeship.
Yeah.
Get to know everybody, and like everybody. Yeah.
Do you have a favorite story of a time as a firefighter that you got to save someone or do something?
The only
pretty
person
cool?
I remember actually saving was in a downtown area where we had businesses back then in downtown. Went in this store and pulled a man out to the fresh air, and that's the only time I know that I actually saved anybody.
What was the hardest part about being a fireman?
I didn't find anything hard about it.
Nothing hard.
No.
24 on,
Yeah.
24 off.
Well, you get used to it, and you can make money,
Yeah.
extra money, and money is important.
Yeah. So what lessons have you learned about money over the years?
You can't take it with you.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
That's about it, I guess.
That's about it? Okay. All right. Let's go back to the Granny chapter. Granny Helen. So how did you meet her?
I was a junior, I was a fresh. I was in 12th grade.
Okay. So hopefully a senior then.
Yeah,
Okay.
hopefully. But she was in the 10th grade.
Okay.
So, and back in those days, they didn't have a cafeteria or anything. We brought our lunch from home and go someplace and sit down and eat. So, I'd walk from the Central Junior High, where that is. Anyway, walk down to the courthouse, and we'd sit on these pillars, concrete pillars, and eat our lunch. And I noticed this girl walking by, and I took a fancy to her, and asked her out.
Just walked up to her and asked her out.
Well, no, it was a little more complicated than
Hi, I'm
that.
Bob. I have great hair. Do you want to go out with me?
Well, I didn't have gray hair.
Great hair. Wonderful hair.
Okay.
So you asked her out. Where did y'all go? What did y'all do on your first date?
Well, the only thing we did, I'd walk from my house over from Jefferson Street, which is on the south side of Lawton, over to her house, which is 15th and the F, is where she lived. And I'd pick her up, and then we'd walk a couple more blocks north to catch a bus, and to ride the bus downtown and go to a picture show.
Okay.
Boy, you get to put your arm around the girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's about the extent of our dating.
Yeah, I love it. So how did you propose? How did you ask her?
I don't
to marry you?
remember at all.
You don't remember
No.
dropping to a knee or giving
No.
her did you have a diamond or a ring or?
I had a ring. Yeah. I think she helped me pick it out.
That sounds perfectly Granny Helen. That's good. She helped you out. She told you which one.
I think so,
Yeah.
if I remember right.
Okay.
Oh, that's a long time
A
ago.
long time ago. Okay. So you don't remember how you asked her or what
No.
you said or any of that. Okay. And you didn't ask her daddy for permission.
No. I was afraid of him. He's a big man.
Yeah.
I was a little man.
Oh, wow. So where did you get married? Where was the wedding at?
Trinity Baptist Church.
Okay. And what did you do to plan, like,
I didn't do nothing. Helen's mother did the planning.
they planned everything. You just had to show up on time.
That's right. Yeah.
And say I do.
Yeah.
And you're good to go then.
That's
Okay.
about it.
All right. All right. So what were those early years like? Because before you're in the fire department and you're
Yeah.
living in the rooming house or renting
Well,
the rooms, what were those early years like?
well, going to work at 5:30 in the morning comes to my mind, and of course I had to walk about a mile from where we lived to the place of employment, and you have to get up and go.
Yeah. So when did you get your first car?
There's a '37 Chevrolet. I bought it off my brother. It was a piece of junk. My brother sold me a piece of junk.
Sold you a lemon, huh?
Yeah. And I don't know. I don't know how I got rid of it.
Well, how old were you when you got the car? Sometime while you're married, sometime in your
Yeah.
20s.
Yeah, we was married. Never got it. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, rewinding a little bit, I heard a story that you didn't have running water in the house that you grew up in when you were a kid.
Oh no, we'd always go next door to neighbor's house to get a bucket of water to wash dishes and that sort of stuff.
How far away was the neighbor?
Right across the street.
Right across the street, okay. You'd have to go and ask for a bucket of water from the next door neighbor to wash your dishes.
Yeah.
So, showers, how did you do that?
We took we had outdoor tubs. We'd take baths.
Outdoors.
Yeah. We didn't take very many.
No, those wintertime showers must have been, or baths must have been real tough.
Like I said, we didn't take very many.
Okay, so I gotta ask, how about the bathroom situation?
It was a outhouse back at the house here. You walked about 50 feet or so to the outhouse. Do your business, come back and go about your business.
Okay. Wow. So how old were you when you first got to have indoor plumbing?
When I got married, I guess.
When you guys rented that room and got married?
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Okay. All right. You guys were married so young and had such a long, incredible marriage.
Yeah, we had a long time.
What would you want next generations to know about marriage, about the keys to marriage? What did you look
It
at?
ain't all roses. Just love each other and respect each other. That's about it.
Love each other and respect each other. Okay. I've got a note on here to tell us about the trip to New Mexico.
My trip to when I left school,
I guess so, yeah. What
Okay.
happened there?
I was 10th grade.
10th grade.
I knew the ways of the world. I was going to go conquer it.
Uh-huh.
So I left 10th grade high school and went down to Hobbs, New Mexico,
How did you get there? You didn't have a car?
hitchhiking.
You hitchhiked?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Hitchhiked down there, and of
So
course
10th grade, you're 15 years old or so.
something like that. Yeah.
Okay, and this is the 1947, probably. World War II is going on.
I don't. It didn't affect me. I don't know. But,
And so you decide to hitchhike to Hobbs, New Mexico.
yeah, we went down there. I got a job, and
So why Hobbs, New Mexico? Is there a,
It's
a
an
really
oil
cool
town.
location?
It's an oil town. Oil was just coming into where they made a lot of money.
Okay.
Drillers and the people that worked in that oil field.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I got a job. And that lasted about a week or so, and I didn't like this worldly business. And anyway, me and my friend, Dennis Lopez, he was a Mexican. Not to befriend anybody, but he was dark. So we went down there, and we both got a job, same place. And we decided to come home. You know, we're going to have one last fling. So we went back in the alley, and another friend of ours gave us a bottle of whiskey. Oh, chug-a-lug, you know, and a spotlight. You're not supposed to be in the alley after sundown. So they picked us up and put us in jail. And they called my folks, and they come and got me.
Wow. So they came all the way from Lawton to New Mexico to get you out of jail.
Hobbs, New Mexico. It's not old Mexico.
Yeah, but New Mexico. Yeah, the state.
Yeah.
How mad were your folks?
Huh?
How mad were your parents?
I don't have any recollection of it being bad.
I've got a note here to ask about hunting jackrabbits.
Yeah, when we used to hunt jackrabbits, we'd ride the front headlight of a car. Back in those days, these headlights were about that big around and molded into the fender.
Right.
So you sat on the fender and cocked your leg around this, what am I going to say?
The light?
Cock your leg around the light and hold on. And we'd go out in these fields and shoot jackrabbits.
Okay. Just for fun?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I love it. If you could go back in time to 10-year-old Bobby Joe Hauser and give him some advice, what would you tell him?
It all worked out pretty good. Just hang in there.
Just hang in there, kid. I know it's tough.
Yeah.
There's going to be some tough stuff, but it's all going to work out pretty good. I love it. I love it. I love it. So one of the family members wanted to know about your pets growing up. Did you have
our
any
pets?
Pets, yes. Did you have any pets?
Yeah, we had a dog.
You had a dog. Okay.
Yeah. Name was Frisky, I think it was. Anyway, it was a white dog about so high.
Okay. Was that your favorite pet growing up?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Did you have any jobs to take care of the dog or stuff
No.
like that?
No, they're on their own.
They're on their own. Like they just eat outside and roam around.
Yeah.
Not like what Granny's poodles were like. Where
No.
it's a very different experience.
Yeah. Different world.
What kind of jobs around the house did you have growing up?
What kind of one?
What kind of jobs did you have around the house growing up? Did you have to do the dishes or?
When I was at home, single?
Yep.
No, Mama took care of that.
Mama took care of everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Tell me about your relationship with Jesus. So,
Well, whenever I was going with your mother, or my wife, she was my girlfriend at the time. Her mother got me going to church with them, and I got saved there, Trinity Baptist Church. And that's about it.
Do you remember what made you come to that decision and accepting Jesus as your Savior? What that was?
And there's no, it was an emotional time, but I don't remember.
A long time ago.
Yeah.
So, since then, what ways have you grown closer to God?
I talk to him more.
What are those conversations like?
Kind of private, I guess. I don't know. Just private between me and him.
Yeah. Oh, that's beautiful. So strong prayer life. Strong prayer life then.
I don't know whether it's strong or not. I can't hardly speak in public.
I got any other advice you want to give on for the next generation for our relationship with God?
Trust. That's it.
Okay. Now, it doesn't sound like you did a lot of vacationing when you were a kid.
Sir?
It doesn't sound like you vacationed a whole lot when you were a kid.
None.
But
A vacation included walking down to Cache Creek and fishing,
And fishing.
overnight, you know.
camping, yeah.
Yeah, and camped out there and walked back home the next day.
Gotcha. Well, what about as an adult, as a husband, as a father? You guys go on any trips or vacations? What was your favorite vacation you ever did?
I guess whenever we drove out to California a couple times. 3 girls in the back seat of a car, and a wife and me. Of course, they have to stop and go to the bathroom. Well, there's not a bathroom in sight nowhere.
Yeah.
So I spied this bush out here, and I pulled up alongside and say, "Okay, there you go." No, no.
No, Daddy.
3 times.
Let's just drive faster to the next place. Huh?
Yeah. That's about it. Yeah.
That trip took a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I have 2 boys, and I think I'm pretty sure raising girls is different than raising boys.
I'm sure it was.
I talked to dads who have girls, and it's a very different experience, I think. So what advice would you give girl dads? You raised 3 incredible daughters. What advice would you give to girl dads?
Have a good wife.
Have a good wife.
They take care of the hard work.
Okay. I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
As you think back last almost 90 years, you're almost 90. In March, you'll be 90, right?
Yeah, that's what they say.
Yeah.
It's hard to believe.
Yeah. As you think back, if you could do a do-over on any one thing, what would it be?
It all came out in the wash. That's fine.
No do-overs needed.
Nah.
I love it. I love it. So back to marriage. I asked how you knew she was the one, and you said, you just knew you wanted to be with her all the time. What would you say?
Well, she looked like somebody that could bear kids. I'm being honest.
Okay, yeah, that's
I'm a
good.
teenage boy,
Okay.
and
So Granny was cute. Granny was attractive.
oh yes,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
That's an important factor.
Yes, it was.
Absolutely. Yeah. Life's too short to marry an ugly woman. What other keys to a great marriage would you say?
Patience, listening, stand by.
Okay.
I guess that's about it.
What keys would you say to being a great parent?
Oh, I don't know what that was.
Well, I see evidence of it every day, so I know you were.
Well, of course, I wasn't home all that time either. their growing up years, their mother was the big influence. I was working someplace nearly all the time.
Yeah.
And, that's about it.
So you'd say have a great teammate would be the
Yeah.
going back
Very
to
important.
that. But also you modeled hard work. You
Yes.
modeled loyalty. You were working that hard to
Yeah.
provide.
Yeah.
You know,
Trying to get out of that rut that we were in.
yeah. You're providing a life that you never had.
Right.
Yeah. What would you say is the key? You had an incredible career as a fireman. Moved all the way up to chief, right?
Assistant.
Assistant chief. Okay. What would you say is the key to a great career?
Luck
Okay.
is a good thing. Just do your best.
Do your best and hope you get lucky, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Talk to me about friendships, relationships, that buddies, the fire department, and other friends you've had through the years. What's been the key to great friendships? Have you had a lot of great friends?
I've had one,
Okay.
and he died several years ago. I've outlived nearly all of them.
Yeah.
I don't know, just somebody you can go to and talk. You don't have to put on airs or try to impress him or whatever, So I've had one good friend.
One good rock solid friend.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's it.
When I think about your story, you grew up through some tough stuff.
Yeah,
Like I was spoiled rotten.
yeah, you was.
Yeah.
I told
Compared
her.
to that.
I told your parents you were.
Several times.
Yes.
Yeah. But this is not about me. But when I see you, I see a man with great joy.
I've had good time, a lot of good times. Yeah.
What's been that key to be able to have so much joy in your life?
Attitude. Think positive. Everything's gonna come out to the good.
And how have you been able to do that? You've had tough times. How have you been able to get your mind?
You just bow your head and go on,
Uh-huh. And just man up and
Yeah.
know that it's going to be all right.
Yep.
Love it. The last thing I have on here, it's important that we ask. You have the best hair out of any man your age in the history of mankind, I think.
Yeah,
So,
sure.
what's been the key to such incredible hair? Is there some vitamins you're doing? Is there a special shampoo? What's going on there?
Whatever the Lord gave me, that's what I got.
Okay, you just steward what God gave you.
Yeah.
Okay, I love it, Grandpa. You've done an excellent job in the hot seat.
Well, thank you, sir.
Is there anything else that you feel would be good to add that you think folks need to hear?
What was your favorite time of life?
I think I'm living it right now.
Why?
Well, again, this isn't my interview, but I'll say this. I'm 46, and I get the privilege to have these boys still very much a part of my life. I know at some point they're going to, have families of
Yeah.
their own and do things like that, so this is special.
Yeah.
I get to still have a relationship with my parents and with you and
Yeah.
cousins and other generations. Work is exciting. There's always new things that we can help people with on that. And I think at this age, I can learn from older guys, and I can help younger guys. I'm in this special middle ground where not only am I still able to grow and learn a lot, because I got a lot to learn, but I can also invest in others. I can spend a lot of time investing in people that haven't learned that
You
much.
do a good job of it too.
I'm just figuring it out. Again,
You're just hanging in there, you're bowing your neck and going.
Yeah. Well, I'm having a whole lot more fun, I think, than what you were. A lot of the experiences you had have just been incredibly blessed, incredibly lucky, and yeah, I'm a flawed man. It's the God's grace.
Yep.
So I love you, Grandpa. Thank you for sharing. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's it.
You're good?
Yep,
Okay, we'll
I'm
shut
good.
it down. This
All
is
right.
the end of Grandpa Bob's session 1.5 or 2 or something like that.
Whatever.